Okay, so in this mini Canva tutorial, we are going retro. We're having a look at some of the retro elements and we're going to be creating just a simple but fun poster. You could choose a different time period if you want, 80s, 90s, disco. It's entirely up to you, but keeping a theme when you're creating a design is really, really key. Don't use different types of elements from different time periods. If it's time period based, try and keep your fonts similar, just trying to keep it all together and not, it'll look too messy if you're using lots of different elements and fonts from loads of different genres. Try and keep it to one. So I'm just gone over to the poster section. There's a lot of poster templates in Canva. We can type in retro and we'll have some different posts come up for various different retro type posts. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go create a design and type in poster so I can just get the basic poster template. And as I'm going a little retro here, maybe a little 80s, I'm going to go over to the elements section and I'm going to type in retro, because the first thing I want really is a background. These are awesome. I love this one. I'm going to use this one as my background. That is so cool. Right, so I'm going to drag it out so it fits my background. Okay, so next I want to use some retro graphics, and there are loads in here. Let's have a little look down here. I like the cassettes, they're very 80s. So I'm going to use a couple of cassettes down here. I remember cassettes. I don't know if anyone else can remember cassettes. Recording the radio. And you often get this here, magic recommendation. So if you've typed in retro, I've picked this, it will then recommend similar elements. So I'm going to go see all, and I've got some similar ones here. I'm going to select another cassette. Just pop it near this one down here. Love things going off at an angle. I'm going to also, I love this. This is so funky. So I'm going to use this as a main part in my design, but I'm going to pop it behind my cassettes because I want those two here to be seen. I'm also going to use this pink swirl. I like this pink swirl. The colours I feel work well with the background. I'm gonna pop it there. I'm gonna duplicate it, and I'm gonna pop a bit in the corner down here as well. Again, behind my tips. What else do we have? I love this soda pop badge. That's so cool. That is very retro. I'm going to stick him up in the corner. So I've got an element here and I've got elements down here. I'm using opposite corners just to keep some symmetry. I really like the speaker. I mean, as we're going retro, we're going 80s. It's a music themed design. The microphone works really well. Now I need some text. So this is going to be a retro, do it lowercase. Try and always do your text in lowercase because you can use this guy up here to make it uppercase and it's easier. Retro disco at the function room. So we'll pretend we have a function room somewhere, and I'm going to use this space that I have here. I'm going to put it to the left. I'm going to line it to the left because I've got this nice space here and I've got all my elements along this side. So I'm going to use that side for the main font, the main text. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type retro into the font bar because you will get a lot of unusual different types of fonts. So type in retro and see what you get. I really like this one. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to change the colour. Because I've added this background image in, it's brought up all the main colours are in that background image. So I'm going to use that one. I like that one. I'm just going to duplicate that because I want to keep that same font. And as this is a retro disco, we need to have a date and a time. But I'm making that smaller because that is not the main focal point of my design. Let me centralize that. It is the fact that it's a disco, it's a retro disco. That's the main point of the design. So that needs to be the biggest part. Okay, so yeah, there we go. We have got ourselves a retro looking poster advertising a retro disco Friday at 8 p.m. Looks a pretty cool thing to me. So yeah, that is me just creating a retro style poster using the keyword retro in the elements and also in the font section, so just to give you a different view of the different types of fonts you can use. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I'd love to see your own retro disco posters if you create one, or any other time period. It's entirely up to you, but I would love to see your own versions. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to follow me on YouTube.